So we got Carmen, we got
Shannon,
Robbie's mom,
and
Amanda, and then we got Amanda. So who you killing, who you fucking, who you marrying?
I might just kill all of them for
What?
different reasons.
Why?
Let's go into it.
his arm.
Exactly. And sometimes the Dimitri needed it. This dude would just talk so much like, well, you know, the theory would say. And it's like, shut the fuck up, bruh. All right, guys. So today in the Magic Blue, we're going to do something a little bit different. I call this segment called Geeking Out, where we just geek out on a favorite show we love. We're going to talk about Cobra Kai, since that show just recently ended 2 weeks ago, or at least the recent season ended 2 weeks ago. So today I have my friends here. You know, we have OC, who you all originally know,
We all know.
and then two new faces. Let's start with the first one right here.
My name is Darren. Hi, mommy.
And
I'm Peter. Happy to be here.
today, not just that we're going to talk about the recent season of Cobra Kai, but we decided we're just going to talk about everything we like about Cobra Kai, why we think it's a good show, what our favorite characters are, and who, if we had to choose between a marry, fuck, and kill, which characters would it be? So, shall we begin? Let's start off with season 5 of Cobra Kai. What was our thoughts about season 5? What was your opinion? Impressions?
Oh, for me, I'll start. The live morals, the live lessons and advice, rivalries and relationships. It's been the best for the season by far. Like, I'm just so blown away with how the show took the topics and relationship with the characters.
Okay.
You know, like, we've seen rivalries from since the get, you know, like with Robbie and Miguel, Johnny and Robbie, Johnny and Daniel. Hawk is actually getting along with Robbie. Like, I do like how Robbie and Miguel have grown. I like how much Hawk has grown in a way.
That's good. That's good. What about Yossi? What you thought about this season?
Oh, man. Okay, so this season had a lot going into it. The whole way that the previous season ended with the cliffhanger of like, oh, Miguel is now in Mexico looking for this dangerous, this dangerous person, his father. It was a really great place to like jump into this new season. And I enjoyed how the season started. I enjoyed the process of Miguel finding his father, understanding who his father is, and kind of realizing the truth behind his own origin. And then we get back to the main story, and ultimately the way that the whole season ended, I thought it was really epic. I was really just having a lot of fun watching these characters that I have, the whole Terry Silver thing. This season really made me want to go back and rewatch Karate Kid 3, because I haven't seen that movie in years still at this point. But I remember like the flashbacks that they had of Silver from back in the day.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, this was like such a fun character in that movie. And it really made me want to go back and rewatch it. So I might be doing that in the next couple of days or so. We'll see. But yeah, the Terry Silver in this season was, for me, the standout character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What about you, Peter? What your thoughts about the season?
I really enjoyed it just because it's like, all right, they put out another season. Let's go. Let's just be happy to be here. It's just like, all right, cool. And so I think this season definitely revolved around a lot of character development. And that's what I saw, because it's just like, as we could see where the show is going now, it's just like this like world tournament that both sides are entered to go into. So it's like the only obvious vision that I can see is that Kreese is gonna have to lead Cobra Kai through all of that. You know what I mean? And then
I don't know about Kreese. I think it'll probably be. I mean, we're getting into
we'll get to the
predictions.
Predictions. That will be predictions. Our final
okay.
thing,
but yeah,
it's
continue.
just like, okay, sorry, I just
it's okay.
No, that was me.
But yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. As you said earlier on the whole start, I felt like that was a little short. If we could have got like a third episode of being down there, because it's just like with my family background and history, hearing my parents talk about like the little jokes of, you know, Johnny being in Mexico and how he's just clueless all the time. Like,
Yeah.
it made them laugh, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I feel like it was just, you know, they could have expanded that on a little bit more, so we could have had fun there, you know what I mean? Because then after that, then we got back to the main story in California here, you know, and it was just like, cool, all right. So then I guess his dad didn't really matter, you know? So it's like...
One thing that does disappointing is that like I wish they spent more time with Miguel's dad, and his dad realizing that holy cow, this is wait, you're Carmen's kid, you know, like, and Miguel, we should have seen like Miguel saying, yeah, I'm your father, but instead like we know that he was a wanted criminal from Ecuador. Like, they didn't touch that much. It was like Miguel realizing like, you're a terrible person, see ya, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I think that was a good choice on their part, because then it would have probably led to some more like open ends, right? Like, they can't just leave that storyline alone if he knows that he has a son out there. They kind of have to, like, it might extend past the scope of what the show is trying to be, and they might run the risk of like jumping the shark if all of a sudden they're involved with like the Mexican cartel. You know what I mean?
I mean,
like, this is Cobra Kai. This is the Karate Kid. Like,
exactly, but that's where they can go with it. They
could go there.
It's
Like,
not Breaking Bad, you know.
anything is
on
possible. I think
where-
anything is possible because they're starting
depending
to
on
bring
what you're trying
together
to do,
a lot of cultures,
maybe,
you know?
but I understand the writers being like, hey, maybe let's just focus on our story.
Yeah. That you guys
Right.
bring up a good point, because that's how I felt about this season. Because I had mixed feelings about this season, to be honest. I felt like the first 5 episodes were kind of
It was slow, right?
Yeah, meh to me. I didn't really like, for starters, I felt like it was a disappointment that we didn't really get to play with Miguel's father, especially that they made it a whole big deal. I didn't like that I didn't like the whole Johnny plotline where he has a son or a child, and it's just like, oh, what are we gonna do with your child? I'm just thinking to myself, can't you just abort the child? Like, why are we making it such a big deal to have a child when you could just do that?
Wait.
Well, I mean,
but,
the whole
go ahead.
child is always a big deal.
It
having a
is,
child.
but it's like the way they're treating it. It's like,
Did you ever forget about the abortion laws that are going on right now? Like,
dude, we're still, California is still legal for that stuff. So my point is, so you could
yeah,
have
but
done that.
they're real. I mean, like, realistically, people struggle with those.
Yeah, I
choices.
get it, but the
Yeah.
fact that there wasn't even an
And it's like-
alternative to it just seemed like a weird.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to have the baby. I'm like, can you? I don't know.
Okay, but also, hold on. There's, you know, families that are watching this show as well, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think that would be appropriate, you know?
Yeah, but it's.
And there are people who are religious,
But
you know?
but also I think the whole having that child is definitely like, I feel like Johnny's been reborn again, and that's allowing him to become who he needs to be, and,
Like he's
and
getting a
what's
second
going
chance,
on.
right?
You know, because now he's actually starting to be a father, you know, so like
So
what
this is his way of getting a second chance, you know,
I-
because he missed out on Robbie's life.
Yeah,
you know?
I get that. I just think that it would have been interesting if they play that option, and then maybe later on he goes, you know what, never mind. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's something for it. The way they framed it, it was like, or I had the kid, or
I think it would have been different if this was season 1, Johnny.
that's true. I
think
get
that
it.
the
I
fact
get
that
it.
This
But
is season 5, and we've seen Johnny progress in his character to this point already. I don't think it would have made sense for him to be like, hey, this woman who he clearly is in love with, who he loves her child, telling that woman, hey, maybe you should get an abortion. It's a bit much.
I don't know. It just seems like I just felt like the way they boxed it, that could have been at least been like an option that you could have, you know, potentially talked about. But another thing I didn't really like was the Sam breaking up with Miguel, just because I felt like it was so pointless.
Yeah.
Because I get the whole idea was like her trying to find herself, which I was okay with.
Yeah.
But my issue was that she still hanged out with the same crew.
Right.
She's still doing the same stuff. So what was the
Right.
whole? It just seemed like it was just random drama. And then my
Yeah.
biggest gripe that I had for at least first 5 episodes was just how dumb LaRusso was, where he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go attack what's his name, the karate."
Silver.
No, the
Stingray.
guy, what's it called, the karate bad boy, or whatever.
Barnes.
Barnes, where it's just like, how do you not know that Barnes works at? Like, he's like,
Yeah, that was a whole that part
like,
was
to me it was just
foolish.
so weird.
That part
Like
was foolish.
it just felt like they were just making characters act stupid just for the sake of conflict.
Yeah,
So I hated
I
that. But
agree.
literally after The minute where they're like, okay, we're all trying to get silver, it was like a whole different story. Like, I really love the episode where we get to see Kreese in jail and he gets to face all his demons, and we have that Johnny, like someone dressed up as like little Johnny or something like that.
I think they did. I don't know what they
did a
did.
good job with
If
that
they
one.
did like
That was him in the 84, like
face
his younger
swap.
version.
Yeah.
The way that Marvel does with some of their movies,
Or even
where
with Star Wars with
they
the
de-aged them.
the de-age thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I did like that, the whole arc with Kreese, like we get to know him better, like why he did the things
Yeah.
he did and why he's the way
Yeah.
he was, and how
Yeah.
he lost Johnny as a son, he regrets it.
Yeah, I really like that.
That set the bar for that one. For
I really
Kreese's
like that.
development.
I even like that one moment where we see Tori hitting the
The cement thing.
thing,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
she breaks her arm, and it's
and
kind of
it calls back to the Karate Kid 3 where
And how someone just
Jo-
stands there and does
or-
nothing.
where where LaRusso has to do the thing with the wooden
Yeah,
board.
exactly.
Yeah.
I like that, just the like even the metaphor and the meaning behind that. And then the finale, I thought it was the most craziest finale. Like at some point, I mean, OC will recognize this. It felt like Young Justice, where it's like,
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna secretly go into this
Yeah,
thing, and then they
yeah,
have to fight the group of people. And it was just, I loved that at all. So again, polarizing to me. This season's been polarizing for me because the first 5 episodes I don't really give a crap about, but the last 5 episodes were really crazy, and I really enjoyed it.
I feel like one of my gripes, in addition to some of the stuff that you mentioned, I think the character of Chosen was a little too hammed up. I think they played into the foreigner in America doesn't really
Yeah.
understand things that
Yeah.
they played into that way too much.
Yeah.
And it was to the point where it was like he's walking into a nightclub with size. Like, come on. Come on. Like that's not realistic for a character to be doing in any situation. So that kind of took me out of it. I wish they kind of made him a little bit more of a realistic character. But I get it. The conclusion of this and also Tyron Woodley being one of the senseis for that Silver brought over from Korea. It was really interesting. It was just like randomly one of the UFC championship is one of the senseis in Cobra Kai. It was pretty funny for me.
Oh yeah. Can I add on to something?
Yeah, what was you going to say?
I don't know if you guys had feelings that I did, but if we can talk about like Mike Barnes, and like I thought he was gonna be like something important, but apparently he really wasn't.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you guys thought of this, but I thought he was gonna be Tori's father or some way.
No.
You guys think of that? I thought he was Tori's father.
No. I think they did it well. I think that this was an introduction. I think that this was like, hey, we're just so you know, now we've got another guy from the 80s and 90s that is in this movie. So it's like, hey, we're just letting you know that he's there. And it was a cool introduction. It's like, more karate people.
Exactly. And then it was surprising
the
that they brought
past.
that one girl too, because she was also in karate.
Jessica Andrews?
The girl.
I was shocked to see her on there.
So yeah, that was an interesting thing. But I guess to change the topic of the conversation, and I don't want to really talk about like Cobra Kai as a whole. Like, why do you guys think this show is such a good show? Because everyone keeps on talking about it, and to some degree, like on an outsider looking in, it does look like a ridiculous show about people fighting and for petty reasons. But on the inside looking out, it's a whole different dynamic.
You know, the thing about this show, it's not a fantastic show. But
Speak
it's
for
so
yourself.
No.
Then why do you watch it?
The thing
then?
about this show is that it's so much fun to watch.
Like it's entertaining, right?
It's so entertaining. It's so fun. Like because for example, we've talked about like the stupid decisions that characters make sometimes that don't make any sense. We've talked about, you see LaRusso fighting with his wife all the time about this karate stuff, and it's like in a realistic way, these conversations don't make any sense. It's like, why are you having these kind of conversations? The way that Silver was able to manipulate LaRusso at the party in this season to just shame their entire family, it was like, how are you so easily baited into stuff like this?
Yeah.
But every time it's like, I love watching Ralph Macchio, like even at 50, 60 years old, doing karate moves. I love watching Johnny Lawrence. I love watching all of these characters that I grew up watching, and it's just like a fun karate fighting show. Like, and there really aren't very many shows in that genre to watch right now.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of alone in its own little box, and it's doing it in a way that is fun and enjoyable. So yeah, that's why that's at least that's my take on the show.
Okay. What about you, Peter?
I really enjoy it because of I think they really do a good job of combining the different cultures together, you know, because it's like you're taking the lore of the 80s, you know, background of the whole entire concept of the show, and then, you know, it's in the little things, you know. So it's like when Johnny and
LaRusso.
get to, like, you know, drink together as they're talking about their problems. Okay, that's cool. But then also when they show, like, when Johnny's learning how to you know, Uber and, you know, DoorDash and all that stuff,
and Goggle.
and so they were like, can you play some Billie Eilish? And then he's like, yeah, we got that. I was like, there's no way this man, like, if he's like an audiophile, he would have took, you know, Billie Eilish, took the vinyl, crossed it into a cassette tape so that he could play in that van for specific guests, you know. But then he ends up putting on Billy Idol, you know. So it's just like, dude, that's great.
Eilish.
That's great, you know. So, but if he had actually did that with put Billie Eilish on a cassette, I would have been like, all right, that's pretty dope. I could dig that.
See, the thing is that, like, for a lot of these things, if it was in a different type of show, it would suck.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't be fun to watch. Like, why does this guy who's like 50 something not know how to work a phone? That doesn't make sense.
But
like,
it's possible though, because
it's possible, sure, but
there
like,
are some people who don't.
it's not like he's stuck in a time machine and he came from the 80s. It's like he was around and he was aware while all of these things were happening. So if you like, I'm just like, if that kind of situation was played out in another show in like a different context, it would be like, this isn't really like, this is kind of stupid. But then in this show, just like the way that it's all set up, the way that it works, the fact that it feels like we're reaching back in time, that allows us to suspend our disbelief of, it doesn't really make sense why a 50-year-old man wouldn't know how to operate a phone.
Yeah.
Like, 50 years old is like, it's old, but it's not so old that you don't know how to pronounce Google. You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. So,
and he can't even say like hashtag, says hash brown instead, you know?
Yeah, stuff like that. It's but in this show it works because of everything else that's around it and everything else that comes with it. So that's what that goes back to, like, the whole, it's not like a fantastic show as far as like, it's not like what perfectly written, it's not like the whole setup and plot is there, but it's just like everything works together so well.
What about you? What's your take on why you think it's such an amazing show?
I think such an amazing show because it's like 10 episodes, 30 minutes, straight to the point, but like each episode's like entertaining. It ends very well, and I like how they focus on Johnny's perspective, like how he's miserable and he wants to rebuild himself by rebuilding Cobra Kai, and these characters, like, good character development because they all grow up to like amazing mature people, you know.
Yeah, you know who I think we could see the most in, definitely Stingray. Hell no, dude, are you kidding me? He just took those guys out, dude. The way he drove that car on the road with glasses on, that horsepower, and they didn't die. That's amazing.
Oh, yeah, I want to add one thing. Like, everybody's changed except for Kyler Park. Like, he's still an ass. He's still like,
Kyler
he
Park.
needs to grow up. Like, I hope he grows his ass up in next season.
Yeah.
Even Moon grew up.
Yeah, definitely.
And Yas too, and she got front wedged.
Exactly.
Well, Anthony, like, he went from spoiled brat to like being a wimp. Like, you know, that's the only character that hasn't changed.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think for me, what I think why this show is such a great show is that it does, because for TV shows, one biggest thing that's important is like the unresolvable conflict, right? That they have for TV, and that's why, like, for every episode, why there's like a problem. And I feel like this idea about bullying and who's the bully and the perspective of us seeing it from a different perspective, and like even what's his face, oh my god,
Robbie?
Silver said it best in this the recent episode, or the last episode of season 10, where he said there's no good or evil, it's just survival, right? It's just winner or loser. And it's weird, we often look at it as like, oh, you know, LaRusso's the good person because he did this thing, and Johnny's the bad person. But reality, they just have two different approaches towards a similar goal. So the show shows you that kind of moral ambiguity, more like gray morality within its series, which is still still definitely compelling, but it's also very simplistic, so it's not too complicated.
Can I onto something?
So yeah,
The reason I like Cobra Kai as well is because like the whole karate thing, like there's gonna be bullies and assholes, and
Yeah.
and they teach us how it's important to learn karate so we can stand up to them and protect ourselves, and that's like that's like the moral of the whole thing. Like we all remember being bullied and how we
Yeah.
can stand for ourselves. Like that's what I like about it.
that, and I just feel like the life lessons are so like relatable.
Yeah, like like it makes you stand. It stands out in a way.
Like for example, even with
like
Silver,
like flipping a script, you know.
yeah, when he said there's a difference between hearing and listening, like that,
Yeah.
like small things like that, where it's
Yeah.
like that's so relatable for people, or even just like Johnny in general, where he was saying I was always looking at the past but never looking right in front of me, where it's like for people, especially our age, who are like in our like or close to 30s, you know, and that kind of thing, where we may have some regrets, you can kind of relate to these characters and see like when you don't let go of the past, these are some consequences that you deal with.
Or that quote from Hawk in the finale, like how they call him Faux Hawk, and he's like, "Yeah, that's life. Shit happens. You move on. You deal with it. You win some, you lose some. Except for you, you haven't grown up." But the point of that is like that stood out to me the most.
Yeah, so I think that's what I'm saying. So I think it's definitely an amazing show, a really well written show. But I guess we could start off with, since we were talking about season 5, who you think was I know you said you had your standout character, but for everyone else, who's your standout character for season 5?
Oh man, I liked Sam LaRusso, but she was just oblivious in that season. Like that's what stood out to me the most. You know, because the whole like she wasn't shocked about when Miguel called. She broke up with him because she was depressed, and she didn't even had no reaction about Anthony getting kicked in the water park, or or him getting his face dunked. Like you couldn't even react. Like kick Kenny Kyler's ass, you know. And another character that stood out to me was like Tori, like questioning her loyalty to Cobra Kai and realizing how corrupted it was and wanted out.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
would you say
Tori's-
Sam is your favorite character of this season? For this season, not the series.
For this season, no, because her cluelessness. I'm like, sorry, I'm
Okay.
going with Tori on this
Okay,
one.
who would you say is your favorite character for this season?
I'll just say Tori, to be honest.
Tori for season?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
Tori
stole
had a
mine.
really good. Tori had a really interesting arc this season. I really enjoyed Tori's storyline.
Yeah. What about you, Peter?
Man, that's a hard one to ask, man. Like I'm still thinking about it. There's just so many good characters in the show. But if I had to pick one, I guess I'd have to say Johnny. You know, I have to go with Johnny.
Johnny is your favorite character for this series?
Why?
This
Because
season?
For this season, yeah.
Because he said goggle or what?
No, because then like think about it. Like when he had that talk with LaRusso about like if they would have been actually able to fight each other for themselves. You know what I mean? So then he monitored that like at his house where he lives, like in the most private way you can, and he let them fight each other till they were actually able to resolve their issues, and now, you know, we could move on here, you know? And so I thought that was really, really cool.
Yeah.
They're
okay.
like best friends now because of Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, what about season? Your whole season favorite character?
Favorite season?
Series. My bad, series.
If I have to choose, it's definitely Hawk. Then Stan, but Hawk all the way.
You need to stop stealing my characters. All right.
Well, because this is what I'm hanging out with you. Like, you always try to convince me otherwise.
You didn't say your season very
Oh, sorry, my bad. I got scratched. I said Tori. That's what I was saying, because when he mentioned Tori, I was like, that's the same. with me.
Okay.
Okay, for the season.
For the season,
but now for the series though.
it's Hawk. He stole it again.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I have to go with Tori for like series, man. She's just like really, really cool.
You just want to bang her.
No, it's not even it, dude. She just got.
She's hot, right?
Yes, she is
I
beautiful.
think Tori has one of the more interesting storylines out of all the characters, just because her arc seems to be okay. So you have Robbie, who was pitted up against Miguel as like the antithesis.
Yeah.
Of like he's initially embracing Cobra Kai, but then he comes around, and then you have Miguel, who kind of like went back and forth.
Yeah.
And then, but Tori seems to just for a while, she seemed to just be getting deeper and deeper into Cobra Kai, and I think that's what makes her character very interesting, her storyline very interesting. So I get why you guys like her so much.
But also, like, if they were to like hypothetically, you know, animate them into video games, I'd definitely be using Tori as like my main fighter. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's just got the moves. She's got the energy. Because, like, you know, I guess that darkness, she's getting pulled into it, and you see that, like, she's trying to climb out of it. You know what I mean? And she's still just badass in every way because she's strong. When LaRusso went over to her house, and then she sees, you know, the family member she has back there on bed rest. You know what I mean? She's like carrying a heavy load, and that's just a lot to put on one person, you know?
And also Tori's street smart, like she takes extra precautions, know how to keep low profile. When you look at LaRusso, like she's just naive and does the same mistake over and over again.
Yeah, exactly. What about you, Osi? Who you consider your best series?
Oh man, out of the whole series is tough, but I might go with Robbie.
You go with Robbie?
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
I might go with Robbie just because I think that I like how his arc has kind of come full circle in the series so far. I like how they've gone back and forth, and he's kind of gone through the whole Cobra Kai phase and realized the wrong that is there. And he seems to be, he's just a super interesting character. I think his fights, he has like some of the best fights because I think he's really good with the choreography. Same with Miguel. He's also really good with the choreography, but I think I always feel like Robbie Loki has the best like grasp of the fight choreography in the show.
You know,
as far as the young kids.
This is why you're all wrong and why Hawk is the best character. Let me give you a speech on the story right here.
I
know you agree with me. That's why, because you secretly are just me. You're just my brainchild.
You told me so many times.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I know where this is heading.
He's my butler. He just says whatever I want to say. Point is, so we got to start off with Hawk. He comes in, he gets make fun of because he has a weird lip. You know what he does? He takes care of it. And then he literally becomes the image that he was lacking. And from that image, we see him, you know, becomes more confident. He starts getting some honeys. He becomes a different person.
Becomes a bully.
But then, exactly, with that comes the toxicness. And you see him become this huge dick. And no lie, as much as it was fucked up what he was doing, I enjoy him being an asshole, right? Because he was an asshole where it's like, I knew where you've been through. I felt like your way. I wanted to do the same
like
thing
he
you
treats
do.
Dimitri like shit, even broke his arm.
Exactly. And sometimes the Dimitri needed it. This dude would just talk so much like, well, you know, the Fury would say. And it's like, shut the fuck up, bruh. Like, seriously. But Hawk would slam him down. But then he realized at some point, yeah, some guys need to be shut the fuck up, but like, you can't go that far. And he grows from it. And he literally loses his freaking mohawk, which was a symbol for him to grow to a different character. So that's why in season 4, when he won the All Valley tournament for the men's side, it was a beautiful moment. It was a earning moment. And from then, look at where he's become now. It's just, I don't know. He has the best character development in the show.
He was even selected to do the Saikai Taikai tryouts and stuff.
Exactly. I mean, the point is best character of the show, and that's why Hawk is the best character. There's no argument on that.
But I do agree with Robbie though. Even though I like Hawk, but I agree with you on Robbie because we introduced him as this bad boy who hates his dad, hates life, like he's hanging out with thugs.
Yeah.
Then LaRusso takes him under his wing, like he gets his head out of his ass. Then then he kicks Miguel off the balcony. Then Johnny's praying for Miguel. Robbie's running. Then Robbie's in juvie while he's trying to rehabilitate Miguel. Then Robbie joins Cobra Kai, sees Kenny, and realizes that he wanted out of there and wanted to be in a relationship with his dad. You know, that's a good story arc for a character.
Yeah.
Like he realized how corrupted Cobra Kai is.
Exactly.
He starts questioning things he did, and he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to be a better person and go back to the people I once hung out with.
All right, guys. So now we're gonna go to the fun round, which is the F.M.K kill. You know, fuck, marry, kill. So I'm gonna give you a group of people, a list of people.
This is a family show.
Cobra Kai is definitely a family.
But
This
these
is a
girls are
family
teenagers,
show.
though.
These are also teenagers. We need to be
Wait,
careful.
wait,
Okay, hold on.
Dude.
Is there a way we could discern the list, like, you know, so we could know who's for
Let's
sure?
make it adult.
Because I'm not
How
too
about
sure,
adults?
man. Yeah, like
We should be messing with kids here, you know.
Let's stick to the 50-year-old moms that were fighting in that one episode.
Sure.
I is
I would
college.
be down, but I just need to for sure know who's okay and who's not okay,
When-
and then I can make a decision.
when
you
they
know?
graduate high school,
Talk about the older. Can we just
when
talk
they
about
graduate high
Can we talk
school
about the moms?
and they're
All
in
right,
college.
I'll start with
Fine,
the
we'll
moms.
just talk about the moms.
When they
all right?
graduate high school
We'll just
and
talk
they're in
about the moms,
college,
since you
we'll
guys
circle back.
Since you guys don't want to talk about the actors who are
We'll
way
circle
older.
back.
I can talk about the actors, but I don't know about them.
Fine, we'll just talk about the moms.
Yeah.
All right, I'll start first.
All
with
right,
the
yeah,
moms.
that's like Ed and Eddie and the Canker sisters. You know,
Yes.
Yeah, the
that's-
moms is
that's-
like PG-13 right there.
Like I would love to have that other conversation, but I think let's just stick with the mothers. Yeah.
We'll stick with the mothers. Fine, we'll stick with the mothers. Okay, so
I'll start first with the mothers.
okay, we'll put the list out there for the people. So we got Carmen, we got
Shannon,
Robbie's mom.
and what's her name? I forgot her name. Luso's wife
Oh, I
Amanda,
forgot-
Amanda.
and then we got Amanda. So
and
who-
Tori's mom.
All right, so who we're doing it? So I guess we'll start with you. Who are you killing? Who are you fucking? Who are you marrying?
I marry Carmen, I fuck Shannon, and I kill Amanda.
Okay, what about you, OC?
Who's Shannon again?
Shannon
mom?
is Robbie's mom.
She was the
Your favorite
Oh.
character's mom.
I might just kill all of them for
What?
different reasons. Let's go into it. For different reasons.
You want them without mothers?
Why you hate Carmen? What the
Okay,
hell?
so I'll do Carmen last. The Amanda, she's just really annoying, but she's always right. I think she just needs to do a better job of explaining why she's right, and then maybe she wouldn't be as annoying. And then Shannon sucks. I don't understand what happened with her character. She was like this absentee mom that left and all of a sudden was back for some reason in this season to pick up Robbie for the summer. Like, where have you been? I'm sorry. And then Carmen. How does your son pick up and leave to Mexico without you having any awareness or even say so? How do you the fact, I don't know, there's too much drama there, so those are the reasons why I would just kill all of them.
So they're all just bad mothers.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then if he goes that route, then I'll just say I'll have sex with all of them at the same time.
What?
So you just want a threesome?
Yeah,
But
well,
Carmen's
technically
pregnant,
be
though.
a foursome, but pre-pregnancy.
Okay.
That yeah.
Okay, so me, who am I killing? I'm killing definitely Robbie's mom. I just think she's annoying.
Robbie's mom.
So I'm killing her. I'm definitely, it was tough. I wanted to kill LaRusso's mom, Amanda, but I don't know. When I saw her in that bikini, I was like, you know what? I think she'd be a nice fuck. Just go in, never talk to her again. And then I'm definitely gonna marry Carmen because Carmen, as much as OC's saying she's a bad mother, at the same time, she's very sweet. She's a very caring person. She's a very, you saw what happened to her, what happened with her ex-lover. Things didn't work out, especially he ditched, so the trauma with that. So with that, I just think she just would be a good mom for the kids, despite that he would say, oh, because Miguel ran away and all of that. So
Yeah. She also gave a baby to a crime boss. That's another thing.
Since nobody's on board to talk about, the three chicks, I'll pretty much start it off.
what do you mean?
Like the kids. But
No. we're done.
We're gonna not do
We're
that.
good.
We're
We're good.
I mean,
On
it
that
would be even more
note,
it would have been more funnier if we did the what guys, but that's a whole different story.
we ain't gay? What's
I
wrong
know.
with you?
I'm just trolling. But
It's just it's just kind of hard to tell because the show takes place in high school, but we do know that some of the actors that play those characters are
we know they're older.
of age.
They're
and
all older.
off the screen. So it's,
Could we say the actor if that makes everyone feel comfortable?
Yeah, I can say that.
okay? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Nah, I'm good.
Can't you say the actor, even though the actor is
Nah.
overage.
Okay. I'll
Different
just I'll
conversation
say
for another time.
Peyton List.
Mine's Mary Mauser, the one that played Sam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
so
Sam's
you're
like-
killing
Mary-
her or are you marrying her?
Marrying her, because she's like a princess. She's like a babe. You gotta protect her with your heart and soul. Like, that's how I feel with Sam LaRusso.
I just hate Sam LaRusso, so I'm
Why?
killing her.
Why? Because she's oblivious.
She's just annoying. So I'm definitely killing her.
But she'll protect you. She knows karate.
You know who also knows karate? Tori. So
Wait, Tori almost killed Sam.
So yeah.
Why not Moon or Yasmin?
I mean, I don't know the age of Moon, so I have to look that up.
That's a hard one. Yeah.
But I'll definitely, if she's like her character, maybe she'll be married. She'd be the married one.
Why? Because she's like super feminist and feminazi.
She's not
well
feminist.
because
She
you know
is.
why? Definitely because I could be like, hey, I think I'm at a point in my life now where I need you to help me with something, and that's that I need to do your sensory deprivation tank thing, but I need to do it on LSD, and we just got to have like Jimi Hendrix blasting the whole time. You know,
I can see that.
as I find myself, you know, and then she'll be like, okay, I got you, you know, we can go do this, you know.
Okay.
About you, OC.
OC's still anti.
I'm not answering. I'm not doing this.
All
I'm
right.
good. I'm good.
He's been voted off the island then.
Yeah, I'm
out of it.
good.
All right,
Let's swim back.
Let's end this. Predictions for season 6.
I'll start.
He has a list.
Yeah, I came prepared, so I'll be sweet but irritating at the same time.
Well, instead of going through a whole list, let's go topic by topic.
All right. I'll start
okay.
with the topic first. Like the one that stands out to me is where is this series heading? Like Cobra Kai's been defeated. We all see it's been closed. Like is it like the final season or where is it heading? You know, that's my prediction of that.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I don't know. I feel like it's weird. It did kind of have like a sort of open-ended ending where I feel like I don't know if they know they're gonna have a season 6. It would make sense to have a season 6, but
I think they do.
They'll
Hold
probably
on,
focus
let me look it up.
on the Sakai Taikai tournament. And that's it.
They have to. I think that's the most logical thing because they're gonna have to shift. Like they're gonna be in a whole different location. There's gonna be a whole new, you know, I guess aspect to it because now they're gonna be having their own character developments in a new place, as well as like now they're on the national stage and they're actually showing it, which they can definitely, you know. So I think definitely just incorporate just like a season just like Dragon Ball, you know, just dedicate it to the world tournament, and then after that then we can decide and maybe end it on that because it's just like ended on like a good nice tournament. That would be really cool.
I mean, like they don't want to make it redundant, so like it makes sense to end it that way.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
They only fought for the value, but it's just like, yeah, so that's where Silver's right with the vision of taking it to the world stage, like let's do it. But you know,
I think it would make sense like add a season 7. That way they can like get.
I don't think there should be more to a 6.
No, like that way they get.
6 seasons in a
In a
movie.
movie.
Like I feel like the all value was rigged and they get redemption on that, you know, and Miguel getting back his title as
Yeah.
the champ.
so
Yeah.
then the movie could be the tournament then.
They did announce they're having a movie for sure.
Okay.
So they announced about that.
Maybe that's like in 2 years from
Wait,
now.
but
Yeah, that's
okay.
2 years from now.
And I think they said that it was completely unrelated though to.
Okay, I don't know if it is, but all I know is they announced there's a movie.
But I do have a sneaky
Okay.
feeling that the next season could be the final season of Cobra Kai.
I think it should be the final season.
So it's not officially confirmed for season 6 yet, but they're expecting it will be.
Okay, but I guess to me this is what I see happening. I feel like Kim can take over Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
she's
how
gonna-
I think it's gonna
I
go.
think she's gonna take it. She's gonna be like, "Oh, that was Silver's teaching. I teach something different." Blah blah blah.
Even though it's the same.
But, like they all realize how corrupt it
Kreese is
now.
gonna be the Kreese thing is interesting because it's like this is where we had the discussion where it's
Yeah.
like
Like, is he gone for good, or is he gonna come back out of the dead like he's done many times?
well, it's not just that because in theory he was in jail for being wrongly convicted. So in theory he should be free. But then at the same time, what he just recently did is a felony. Like he literally pretend to be a quote unquote health assistant and then beat those people up, and then he's
Yeah.
escaped it from it. So even though even though him going inside jail was wrong, him doing what he did is also wrong. So because of that, I can't see him being the leader of Cobra Kai because he's still a wanted criminal based off those principles.
But to be fair, they
it happened
also
in a prison, right?
To be fair, Barnes and Johnny and Chosen like broke into Silver's house and nothing happened to them. So
Yeah, but you
I
can-
mean,
but you
legality, they play around with
But
legality
also
to do whatever
Silver's
they
going to
want in the
jail,
show.
so that means Kreese is like
Exonerated.
Yeah, but I know
Yeah.
he did what he did, but he was actually innocent the whole time.
yeah,
you know,
but at the
so.
same time, he's still.
That's just to say they play with the legality in the show to benefit whatever they want to do.
That's true. But I guess that's another caveat with this show where it's just like the legality of it makes it seem like Like a lot of people say a lot of their problems could have been solved. They just tell their, like, for example, Cobra Kai, right? They could have just tell the parents, yo, your kids are doing this screwed up stuff. You should probably
stop paying for
Where
these
are the
lessons.
parents, you know?
where are the parents in this show for whatever reason?
Yeah, but that's why it's like, it goes back to the whole thing. It's like, it's not really well written, but it's just so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
Also, I had one prediction. Like, since the get, like, Sam and Tori have always been rivals. So, like, what happens to the relationship? Like, are they gonna get along finally, or are they gonna go back to hating each other? Like, where does their relationship head to?
I don't know. I feel like I can see Tori leaving karate.
Will she leave karate or go or join Miyagi Fangs? Like, that's pretty much what happens to her as well.
Well, I think that's why. So if they do the whole tournament, you know, I think they could resolve a lot of those things because they will be doing that for themselves. But actually, to win, you know, and even if they lose, they could be like, I did it, you know, and it's just like I could close this chapter, you know, as far as all the fighting, you know, because it is a lot on them, you know.
And that's why Season 5 was a good season for, like, rivalries, because, like, we hint at, like, Sam and Tori are starting to put everything behind them, so hopefully they'll set the bar for that one.
Yeah.
Well, speaking about rivalries, I think just in general, like, you know, for example, LaRusso, all his rivals were together. You know, we had Johnny, we had
Barnes.
we had Barnes. Like, they all were working together.
If they can do it, those girls can do it too.
Like, it felt like an anime where it's like all the rivals become friends.
It was like an all-star team up, you know?
Because they have a bigger enemy, you know?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
the enemy of my enemy is my best friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, another character that stands out to me the most is Kenny. Like, what happens to him now since he's out of Cobra Kai?
I would love for him to fight that tournament, dude. That would be so cool.
After the way he treated Anthony and all of them, you know?
Yeah, but now he realized he's a good fighter. Now he can use that to protect people, you know?
Yeah, man. But yeah, that was it, man. We finished our geeked out on Cobra Kai. Let us know in the comments, how do you feel about Cobra Kai? What you think is gonna happen in the next season, as well as who would you marry, kill, and fuck? I would love to know that.
Cobra Kai?
Okay. Before we get there, yeah, just let us know in the comments about all that stuff. And thanks for watching. And you know,
Cobra Kai
never dies.
Live on, brother. Bet your ass.
Peace.
All right. Peace.